Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. We're going to go over our precious metals technical analysis update, give you guys a little bit of my financial opinion on what's going on there, and we're going to dive right in. So, looking at gold, we've broken out of the pattern. Here's the pattern here, and we're coming back and we're doing a retest on top of this pattern. We want to hold above here. We want to break higher. It still looks good to go higher in terms of the candlesticks and the way that they look. So everything looks good for a continued move higher, at least in the short term. Silver also has broken its downtrend. That still looks good to go higher. Bigger picture view, we come back and kind of hit this support level down here and did a little bit of a retest back there, which happens in markets. They break out, they consolidate, they do a retest, and then they go. And then platinum also looks good on a long-term perspective. We've broken out of the big pattern. We consolidate on top of it, and now we just need a little bit of go juice to get moving out of this other pattern that's on top of the other pattern. Basically this pattern here. The XAU to gold ratio, it has pulled back. We've broken the downtrend line. We're putting in a nice big bullish engulfing, which means that the gold and silver miners could potentially outperform here in the short term. We really want to break this big long-term resistance line that we have not broken out yet to put us into an uptrend movement. So we're still in a downtrend and we haven't broken out yet, but it looks positive as we've got a low, a higher low, and a higher low that is developing here. So we are going to go after this trend line here at some point, hopefully in the near future, where the gold and silver mining companies will start to outperform gold itself. Looking at the companies themselves, Koda Resources, it does look like we're trying to put in a bottom here. Lots of downside momentum here. We're starting to slow that momentum up. We're starting to turn it around. We're getting more buying pressure, less selling pressure, which is good. Could we have one last hurrah down? It's possible. Looking at EXK, we also have broken this little short-term downtrend. We're getting more buying pressure in there. We are pretty low in relationship to where we've been historically. We also have a lot of support in this vicinity all through, see if I can make it straight, all through this area in here, there's a lot of support. You got support from here, 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 and then it was resistance coming back up through it. So there's a lot of support right underneath it. That one also looks good. Fortuna Silver Mines, again, we're low in its general vicinity of where it's traded in its past. You zoom in, we've got a descending or falling wedge that we've broken to the upside. It's had a little bit more of a failed break there, but we've broken this downtrend line. This is really low in a pretty good spot, I think. SilJ also low against support, broken downtrend line. This is the spot that I usually like to look at. There's your support line going across. GDX, there's good support through here as well, right where it's at. We've been there multiple times and it's traded a lot. So we've got a lot of support underneath where this stock is at. We've broken the downtrend line. This is a good spot to be looking at GDX. And then we got some of these smaller guys like Metallic Minerals. This is a silver exploration company. I think this will eventually break its downtrend line here. We're flirting with the line right now. And we're going to try to break through here. It hasn't broken yet. Koda Resources, nice big move higher. We are very low in this price. Again, these have a lot more. They have a lot more risk associated with these, but it's a small silver exploration company, but it's looking better. Discovery Silver, another small exploration company. We're just flirting with this trend line here, support resistance line. We hit it a couple of times, and we'll see if we can move higher or not. I mean, I don't see a distinct pattern here that we're jumping from, but we're right on support. We've got First Majestic Silver. That's bouncing off support. This one looks pretty good. We are very low in its support. We got support right underneath it, and we're very low right here. So this looks really good for a long-term hold. Newmont got blasted, boom, to the downside. I wouldn't be so quick to jump into this. This has got a lot of downside momentum, lots of selling pressure, and I don't see the buyer stepping in yet. I would not be in it. Mag Silver, we've got this descending wedge that we're forming. And if you look into it on the dailies, we're getting some nice, good buying pressure, smaller selling pressure. This does look like it wants to move higher off a falling wedge pattern. Yamana Gold, again, moving sideways, getting some buying pressure here recently. Big picture view, we're right underneath this resistance line. We got to break through that and get moving. Impact Silver, very low. This guy is scraping the bottom. We've got some nice, good buying pressure here recently, which is good. And remember, gold and silver are kind of the late stage commodity movers. So this should be lagging. And if it hasn't really moved yet, I don't think that the commodity bull market is necessarily done. These have to move. Aftermath Silver, real low. We're getting this rounding bottom. That one looks pretty good. We are very low, though. PLG is putting in a descending wedge. It's starting to break to the upside. That one looks good. And then Simony Stillwater, that's also getting some buying pressure here, pretty low. That one's looking a lot better than what it was in recent times. And it looks like we're trying to round out this bottom here and get moving. Royalty companies, Sandstorm Gold, this one is very low. Back out here, there's the line coming up for support. We're playing with that support. We need to get back above that support line. Big picture view here. That's right where we're at. And we've been consolidating sideways here. Franco-Nevada, that's also kind of at the support area. We're getting some buying pressure. It's broken out of its downtrend line. I do think this will head higher. EMX is basically at the corner of this pattern. So we've got some support here. We've got a trend line there, and we're right in the corner about to break one way or the other. It's going higher or lower. We've got to see which way it breaks. Wheaton Precious Metals, it's broken its steep downtrend line. It's probably going to go sideways for a little bit before heading higher. And we're right at that support level, right where it's at right now. Koda Resources has been pulling on back. And we had nice big movement higher here. So hopefully this is the bottom. Gold Royalty also moving lower here. And yeah, not much to say there. Metallo Royalty, this guy has broken its long-term trend line here to the downside. So there could be more selling pressure here. They've got lots of selling pressure through this. It does look like it's trying to slow that selling pressure down and try to turn, but I haven't seen the turn necessarily yet. Maverick Metals, another one that's been moving sideways here. And it looks like we've got a nice little pattern that's developing there that we're just moving sideways in. Royal Gold, right at support. In the long term, it looks good for a bounce at any time, broken down trend line. A Cisco Gold, Royalty, bouncing off its support. That's that white line, good support through here. And hopefully that support line holds. And then Altium Minerals, which isn't a precious metal company, but it is a royalty company. Getting nice, good buying pressure. And I think eventually this will work its way higher over time. But that's what I've got for today, guys, on gold, kind of the mining companies. Some of the silver ones are probably the ones that I would do. Other ones, they don't look as favorable. Some of the charts are kind of looking a little bit messy. Some of them do still have large selling pressure versus their buying pressure. So, overall, it looks okay, but there could be some other sectors that look a little bit better. These guys in the silver sector looks pretty good, but some of the other ones, they look a little bit weak, like Newmont and some of the other companies around there. Some of the royalty companies have broken their uptrend lines. They could move sideways or go lower over time here. So that's what I've got, guys. Give me a thumb up, subscribe to the channel. Definitely click the link below. That's the website. Become a platinum member if you want to know more. But that's all I've got for today. We'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.